I feel like in the editing community, we all are scared to say that we want more interactions such as likes and comments, because that comes off as ungrateful, or that we're just editing for likes and attraction and not because we like it. But I feel like that's so far from the truth. Every single hobby has a goal, including editing. So in this video, we're going to be talking about how to gain attraction on TikTok. There's a lot of videos like these from different editors, but I hope that this one will be kind of like the only one you'll need, or the one that will help you the most. To give comparisons, I'll be using my own account, but I'm not bragging or anything. I'm very proud of my account and my content, but I don't have any reason to brag. I'm just giving you guys examples and, you know, showing you what works and what doesn't. So on my main editing account, I have 88.8K. If you scroll through, you can see that I have a pretty good algorithm and community on my account. Right now, we're just going to dive into types of edits you should post first, and then we'll get into extras. So the first type of edit you should post if you want more interactions, number one is always going to be scene edits. Scene edits have gotten me a good chunk of my following and a good chunk of my likes. Scene edits are basically where you just take a specific scene from the movie and put some background music to it along with some coloring. Sometimes you can even add subtitles. Me personally, I don't add subtitles most of the time because it's a lot to just individually write each line the character is saying. And honestly, it hasn't made an increase or decrease in these types of edits that I post. Traditionally, when I do see these types of edits, they do have subtitles, but you definitely should put them in if you have the time, because it does help, you know, the deaf community and other disabilities. I think the main reason why people like these types of edits is because we want to watch a movie without going to watch the movie. And I think specifically why people like mine is because I usually label them individually. There's an emotion surrounding the scene. I kind of name it that because number one, it helps me relate, but also helps the audience relate to the edit. Actually, a lot of people have copied this style of scene edits that I have going on, which is kind of funny, but they've gotten good interactions with it. So that's how you know it works. In this example right here, it's a scene edit, but it's a bit shorter. And when they tend to be shorter, I do use the subtitles because, you know, I'll have the time to add them individually. And then usually when the chorus of the music happens is kind of when I add a bit of traditional velocity blur and zoom. So scene edits are definitely the way to go. Even if scene edits just aren't really your thing, I do suggest doing them just for a little bit so that you can gain interactions and followers, and then kind of shift them over into, I don't know, a different type of editing style. You should obviously edit what you want, but sometimes we have to think a bit strategically, and then we can do what we want. Luckily, I have the following and just attraction to kind of post whatever I want now. Understand that flopping is different for everybody. To be honest, I consider flopping on my account anything under 1K likes, but mainly for me, it's about the comments. So second type of edit you can post to gain interactions, aesthetic edits. I consider aesthetic edits kind of just nothing too much going on. It's usually just a zoom and scenery edits. So Stranger Things, there's a lot of edits like this, but scenes of Stranger Things, and they'll put, you know, the really calm grunge style song in the background, and I've seen it get a lot of likes. I haven't really done this yet. And lastly is glitch style edits. People love glitch style edits because they're just so cool. It's really good when you add, you know, sound effects like camera flashes, or with my Ellie edits, I like to typically add, if she's hitting someone, I'll add that sound effect in the background. I'll do flashes and just glitches. I do have an ongoing tutorial series about jug/glitch style. I do intend to do a video on how I do my TikTok glitch style soon. So I've only really done 2, and they've both been Ellie, but they've done really well. Transition edits. Okay, so transition edits. We all know that transition edits don't have the best time on TikTok, because TikTok is kind of an app where we go to get our mind off of things and just focus on something else for a little while. And transition edits can just be very overly stimulating and just a lot for the mind, a lot to process. So that's why I think transition edits don't really have great interactions on TikTok. I feel like your best bet if you're gonna do transition edits on TikTok is always gonna be 3D 3D style. 3D style transitions on TikTok are heavily influenced, so that's why they're automatically going to do better than traditional transition edits, and because 3D edits are cool. Me personally, 3D transition edits aren't my thing. I do feel like they're overly stimulating for me, and it's just not my type of eye candy. But I have seen them do well, better than, you know, just slides and zoom ins and zoom out transition edits. Also, I've seen do well are jug or glitch style transition edits on TikTok. And that's mainly because I think jug and glitch transition edits aren't really transitions. It's mainly shakes and zooms and, you know, halfway slides. They're transition edits, but not the traditional transition edits, if you get what I mean. Yeah, try 3D edits or jug and glitch style transition edits if you want to go the transition route. The sooner you focus on the fact that transition edits are just not in style right now on TikTok, the sooner you can figure out what else you want to do. So now that we're done with the types of edits to post, now I kind of want to do some extra tips. So people always say to post what's trending and get on to whatever show is trending. Although that can be helpful, and that is true sometimes, we also have to realize that when everybody's jumping on what's trending, your edit has an easier chance of getting lost because everybody's posting to the trend. And me personally, if I edit something that's trending, I don't feel unique personally, and I don't enjoy editing something that's trending. So what I do is I wait kind of for the trend to die down, maybe a few days later or even a week later, and my edits still do well despite the trend kind of dying off. Sometimes it'll actually kind of get the trend kicking back up again. If you feel like editing what's trending, do it. But if you don't, just wait a couple days, a couple weeks. People say if new films or shows come out, you should jump on that. Me personally, I kind of do the opposite because once again, I don't feel any joy editing what everyone else is editing. With scene edits specifically, if I edit something like a show or a movie that's really old that people have forgotten about. So a lot of the times it's good to edit movies that are, you know, kind of a few years old that we've forgotten about because you're reminding us that it's a good movie. People also want to find new things to watch or rewatch old things, so edit old things occasionally. It doesn't always have to be new. Also, one of my mutuals sent me this on TikTok. It's kind of like a little what times and what days to post on TikTok. The thing is, I live in Japan, so I can't really confirm if this has worked. For me, since I'm in Asia, the best times for me to post are around 6 p.m. my time, and if it's going to trend, it usually does so while I'm asleep, and then it will trend up until 6 a.m. in the morning. Swear that's literally my analytics, like middle of the night to 6 a.m. You can kind of try out some of these. So yeah, although I can't confirm if these work due to my, you know, time zone and country, you should definitely try it, see if it works, and let me know. And people always say, you know, oh, if the edit doesn't get like 50 likes in the next 5 minutes after you post it, it's gonna flop. That is so not true, guys. I thought my recent was kind of gonna flop because the first 10 minutes, it just wasn't doing well. And me as a perfectionist, I was like, I should just take it down. But now it's at almost 120k views, so I'm not mad, and there's 581 comments, which is the part I'm most excited about. So yeah, definitely the time doesn't dictate when things are gonna go viral. I've had old edits of mine that I thought were never gonna see the light, and then they end up trending like 2 months after I've posted them. It's crazy. Don't archive or private edits that don't do well, because I noticed that when my edits go viral or get attraction, people go and they watch your old edits. Like I said, it's completely normal for us to want to have goals for our hobbies, but you know, don't be so hard on yourself. Really, TikTok is kind of an anomaly. It could go viral, it may not go viral, and it's not really your fault. You do have to make sure that your edits are somewhat traditional, and what I mean by that is you're gonna have to kind of do your homework, study what edits go viral and what they look like. You can add uniqueness while still being traditional. Only thing you can do is just be consistent and use some of my tips. So yeah, I hope this helped. Best of luck, guys. Also, I feel like I need more mutuals, so let me know if you're down because my editing social life is dry.